today I was like, I should do a video about the barn. But then I thought, no, I'm going to put that aside and just do a big video about the whole build process as soon as it's done. And it's moving pretty fast, so that shouldn't be far away. Then I was like, I should do a video about this grow tunnel that we've been building. But Betty and I did the frame and then we haven't quite finished it off yet because the weather this week has been really windy. So we thought that's not a pretty good time to put the plastic on. So that's on the back burner, but it's coming. While we're down here, look how much things down here have grown. The sunflowers are just about to start to flower. Things are popping through up here. The dahlias have gone nuts since the last video we put out, which was only like, what, a bit over a week ago? That's a lot of growth. It's been so windy, the wind knocked over our tank. But it can't fall from there, so I'm just leaving it for now. And then I thought to myself, maybe I should talk about what we're going to do in this area now that the materials have finally moved. But I think we'll keep that a secret for later. But it could have something to do with the first animals that we're going to have here. Not the cat. We've obviously got the cat. He's still kicking around. And not the snakes either. We haven't seen one of them for a while, thank God.
Doing your video?
Yep. I just had to stop to chat to a neighbour who was just driving past and she hung out her window and she was like, oh, you're filming one of your videos? And I was like, yep. And I actually met her for the first time in the supermarket the other day and I was just walking around doing my shopping and she was like, oh, I watch your videos on YouTube. And I was like, I have no idea who you are, but thank you so much, I appreciate that. And it turns out she's a neighbour, she lives down the other end of the street and she found us through the stand. So we could do another video on the stand. Things are going well, things are selling out, we're getting new things in, but we've done a few videos on the stand lately and I don't want to bore everyone with just talking about that all the time, even though it's quite exciting to me. Being the start of a new year, it's probably a really good time to do a recap on last year and talk about our plans for this year upcoming, and we've got quite a few, but it feels like a video I should do with Betty, so I don't want to do that today. Betty's actually in Melbourne this weekend. She's got another convention on that she's selling her wares at down in Melbourne. We've talked about it before in previous videos, but in case you haven't seen it, this is what she does. So this is winter wormling that Betty runs with her cousin. And you can find them on their own website, on Instagram and Etsy. Look at all these great reviews on Etsy. And they make Dungeons and Dragons related items such as dice, dice trays, dice bags and much more. I can talk about how we have thousands of figs growing, but we don't have any ripe enough and we've sold out of what's on display at the moment. Come on, grow! So I guess I'm just kind of stuck and drawing a blank on what this week's video should be about. There's definitely a lot going on, but not quite sure what we should film. Anyway, if you haven't seen it yet, I reckon you should check out this video because that was a fun one we enjoyed making and I think you'd probably like it. We'll see you next week.